everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Ventthis podcast. I'm your host, Paul Roseberry, joined by my co-hosts. Who are you?
Oh, Chelsea.
I think we have one more.
I'm Chris. Hello.
That's the trio. That's what we're working with today, guys. We're kicking butt. We're firing on all cylinders, as you can tell.
That felt like a pop quiz.
Clearly, yeah, on the spot. You guys, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Today's episode is titled "Are People Delusional?" To which I don't even have to hear more. The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes. It's 99.9% of the time I say yes. But we've got some really cool events coming in of people getting specific on those delusions. We'll see if we agree or disagree. Before we kick it off, Chris, anything wild from your week going on?
You know, I just want to mention this really quickly because I found this really strange. But so I go outside to get the mail, and the UPS guy is right outside my house. He takes a box out, and I said, "Oh, thank you." He goes, "No, I can't leave." Actually, I think it was Amazon. "I can't give you the box." I'm like, "No, I live here. You could just give me." He goes, "No,
Yeah.
I can't give you the box." I'm like, "I have to put it on your door, take a picture." I said, but I live here. This is my." No. So I had to wait till he got out of his truck, walk to my door, drop the box, take a picture, and then leave. I'm like, I guess that's a good thing, but maybe I could have been somebody that didn't live there, but he saw me come out of the house. But I thought that was a little weird, but it's good, I guess, for protection. That was it.
You know, I totally get what you're saying. I think as a society, we're losing that sort of Mayberry, neighborly trust. Maybe that's the word. The trust is gone. We've had to eliminate trust. No one can trust anybody, but in exchange, we get anything we want off Amazon delivered tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's our trade.
I know.
If you want a new spatula and not go to the store for it, you can have that delivered to your door. But the guy who puts it at your residence can watch you come out the door and still not trust that you are you.
I think
it's a little excessive. Have you seen Meet the Parents?
Yes, I love that movie.
Do you know the airport scene when there's no one in the airport and he goes up to like check in for his flight and she's like, "You have to wait for your group, sir." And he's like, "There's nobody here." And she's like, and she makes him look like the jerk. Like, "You have to wait at your seat until we call your group number." And he's like, "But there's nobody here." It reminds me of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like excessive protocol for no reason.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know people steal from your porch. I get that. I see that all the time on Ring or anywhere. So they want to be guaranteed that the deliver person drops it there and it's at the right place. But the fact that I was there and just needed to him. So I was trying to avoid him having to walk to my door just to help him out a little bit. But hey, you're right. The trust factor and all of that stuff sort of went out the window, and this is the way we have to live now. So anyway, I got my package. So that was good.
Maybe a good way to vent it out, because I get it. Like, because you're annoyed in that moment. If you're having a tough day, you might forget, all right, this is just this guy's job. It's not his rule. He's being ridiculous. He's the one being absurd. You might forget, well, no, he's got a protocol. He has to have those pictures, every picture with a package. But maybe a good way to vent it out is to be like, well, all right, I'll walk back to the doorstep with you, and I'd like to be in the photo. And then do some like ridiculous, maybe like some jazz hands next to the box, just make it the most fun picture he got today,
That's
maybe,
true. Yeah.
Or, if you want to risk a little bit of jail time, maybe a moon during the picture, and and that's the picture he has to show to his boss. And you go, here's what I think of the corporate, bureaucracy. That means you can't hand me a package like a person who knows a person. And you here's my sentiment.
Yeah.
I think jazz hands will get you more packages in the future.
It's like this, right?
Yeah. Just a
jazz
little,
hands?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Maybe that can be our thing. If you're getting upset and you feel the frustration beginning to boil, go with some Ventthis jazz hands, which I'm not a fan of jazz hands. I think they're absurd and ridiculous.
I've never seen you do jazz
if,
hands.
if you actually mean jazz hands, then you're not the kind of person I want to hang with. You're like a dork. But if you do it in jest, if you do it as like I meant to say screw you, but here's my all 5 fingers of when I mean one jazz hands. Maybe that can be the new socially acceptable middle finger, the jazz hand. Oh, yeah, no problem. Hey, yeah, no, we're good. Just gave you the
okay, Paul,
Ventthis
you can
jazz
try
hand.
it first. You do it
I
first.
will try it first. I
Yeah.
will. And people
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
like, I know what you mean by that, and I don't like it, but I know you've done nothing wrong. So, and you go, right. Just like when I wanted the package in my hand, but you wouldn't do it. I know you've done nothing wrong, but I'm also upset. So there we go. Now we're even.
Yeah. I know he's doing his job, but it just seemed a little
He is.
excessive. But anyway.
And then tomorrow when he delivers something, you have to throw eggs at him, just to get it off you. I get it. You're just doing your job. You got to
Yeah.
But I like the trend. I think you guys should ask your viewers to send in photos of their Ventthis jazz hand photos. With
Great
the Amazon
idea.
guy. Yeah.
Great idea.
You could
And
do
we'll
it in
post-
traffic.
Yes.
Someone cuts you off. You just, yeah. Because no one can like ram you because you jazz handed them in traffic. You didn't flip them off. You just, what are you angry about? I'm just waving.
How come when you do
weirdly
it,
waving.
you look okay? When I do it, I look like I'm insane.
That's
know.
exactly what
I
we're
think I
going
need
for.
practice.
I'm going to take a screenshot of you just doing that right then when you felt insane, and I'm going to save that.
Yeah,
There's
thanks.
going to be times. I'll put it
That'll
in the
be
group
our
chat.
that'll be our first photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So should we kick it off? We got some great vents today. We got some
Yeah.
delusional people.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's dig in.
Yeah, roll it. Let's hear Loretta.
Let's hear Loretta.
Can somebody tell me why there are so many NFL players doing commercials? I mean, these guys get paid millions and millions of dollars to play football. Why do they need to do a commercial? Do people really think just because Mahomes does a commercial for State Farm that people will buy that insurance? I think it's stupid and greedy. And BTW, they aren't even good on these commercials. It's painful to watch. So dumb. Signed, stick to your day job.
Thank you, Loretta.
Wow.
Damn. Wow.
I'm a little divided. Chrissy, what do you got on that?
Well, there is data to support that if an athlete, like let's say Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer players, like one of the most widely known athletes in the world, that when they support like Nike gets their fan base and the branding really shoots up. I mean, it becomes a very popular item. So I see why they would want like a Mahomes or any of these other athletes. I will say, I don't think they're very good in these commercials. They're not
even
actors.
supposed to be.
Huh?
I don't even think they're supposed to be.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, because the way I take it is, so say it's an insurance company I've never heard of, right? Say like the first time you saw the General, like those commercials are dicey.
Yeah.
Like, the cartoons. You're like, the General, someone made this in their backyard. I don't know if I trust this company. If I get in an accident, is the General even going to have good coverage? Like, are they going to show up? So if I see Patrick Mahomes, who has a $500 million contract with the NFL, and he's a reputable person, and he doesn't need more money. He's always down to make more money, but he doesn't need money. So if I see that Patrick Mahomes has put his reputation with this brand, then I can probably trust that brand. That's what they're going for. It's the trust. Because if you've never heard of a shoe brand and then Shaquille O'Neal is in the ad, you're like, oh, all right, Shaq is rich and famous. He's not going to go by some fly-by-night ridiculous company and just put his name on it if they're no good. So that's what it's doing for us as people. However, as the person is also commenting, it does draw my mind to the when was it Geico that used to do the caveman?
Oh, God, I hate those.
But do you know why? All right, I'm not going to say necessarily why you. I know why I hated the caveman commercials, because they were saying, oh, it's so easy. A caveman could do it. What they're saying is it's for someone so dumb that even an idiot like you could use this website. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice. You're kicking it off, assuming I'm a moron.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm as dumb as Homo erectus. I have not evolved since cave time, but yet somehow the state issued me a license and I have a car. And all I can do from here is just hope you'll take my money and do right by me after you've established that I'm dumb. So no, I don't like that. And maybe that's why they went with Patrick Mahomes. They're like, well, hey, we're not going to call you a complete moron, but if you're willing to listen to a guy who throws a football as the reason why our, underwriters are the best at getting you great coverage, if you think that's a connection, we called you an idiot without you knowing it, and you trust us. So thanks for showing up.
But also, I think I hear what you're saying, but I also think the target audience is a lot of the teenagers and younger, and they look up to these people as role models. And so, you want to be like, oh, I want to be, like Patrick Mahomes one day, or I want to be like a LeBron James. So if he's wearing Nike sneakers, I'm going to wear Nike sneakers because I'm cool. So,
oh, yeah.
But
well,
I guess I don't have the data on how much money Nike, let's say, makes a year. I have no clue. But I guess if they need to increase their fan base and they need to go to a professional athlete, so be it. I wouldn't personally buy something just because, let's say, Taylor Swift is wearing a necklace. To me, it doesn't influence me at all. But I can see how some people would be influenced by that. So there you go. That's
I was going to say,
$0.02.
you see Travis Kelce all over the place now because he's associated with Taylor Swift, and that that's helping that brand's market. But I hear what this woman is saying. Like, I find those commercials to be really cheesy. I mean, I think they're more funny. Like, when I see Shaq doing toner commercials, I'm like, really? Really? Why do you need to be doing toner commercials?
I know.
Like, what? And like, why is the toner company reaching out to Shaq? Like, there's so many other athletes that are more like Travis Kelce. Like, why Shaq? Like, has his rate gone down? Can they afford him? Can they not afford Travis Kelce? Like,
he's just that recognizable. He's that he's like Shaq has become like the dad of the hood.
Yeah,
basically, no, he's like
it's
the respectable.
It's true.
He's the likable dad figure.
Yeah.
He's been retired a while. He's 7 feet tall, so he's like trustable.
He's a household name.
Yeah, he's like good security. But also, as far as the football players go, I don't blame them for a second.
I don't either.
Yeah, when the Ventthis saying that, stick to your day job. Do you know nobody in any financial bracket has a higher likelihood to lose all the money they've made than NFL players?
Really?
Nobody. Sports players in general have a high proclivity, we could say, if we want to be all high society.
Injuries, right?
Well, just because their careers tend to average less than 3 years. And a lot of these guys will only make, not these maximum Patrick Mahomes 500 million. They'll make like $1.2 million or maybe 800,000 for 3 years. So they'll get a $3 million contract and then they'll ball out. These dudes will go from having had no money. A lot of them had no money. They're just really strong athletes. And then they go and they buy a big necklace. They buy their mom a house. They buy 7 cars. And then they throw parties with 28 friends.
Yeah.
Who they may buy airline tickets for to fly them around to a few islands because they just get so pumped that suddenly they just made $3 million. By the time the contract is over, so is the money. It's gone. No, they have the highest likelihood of ending up broke. So if they can make an extra, actually a great example, we won't go too far into it. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was a basketball player. He played for the Sixers, made millions. He was an unbelievable player. Ran into some trouble, didn't get as long of a career as he might have been, might have hoped for. But he spent tens of millions of dollars, like gone, maybe 100 million.
Wow.
But he did a sneaker commercial with, I believe it was Adidas, and Adidas, knowing he's an athlete, hooked him up. It was an $80 million contract, if my numbers are right. They gave him $40 million on the front end, and the other $40 million they gave to him. It might have been 20 years later, and it saved his financial life. He had no money left when that contract came around to kick in. He had no other money left, and then boom, Here's a more mature guy who's lived longer, gone without the big income for a while, and he's getting a $20 million boost. So definitely do it. If you're an athlete,
don't stick with your day job. I would not stick with my day job. I would sell out. I would do tampon commercials. I would like herpes, whatever you want. Like, just give me the money, you know? Like, this is my moment, because who knows? Maybe in 2 years, no one will care about me. And then I won't care about them because I'm going to be on my yacht with my herpes commercial money, living the dream.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
Maybe even a herpes friendly tampon commercial.
I love that.
Which
I'm
we
down.
just invented.
Can we get a sponsor for that?
This used to be a family show until right now. This used to be a family show.
I say we get somebody on our crack team, all the staff we have, somebody get Josh Allen on the phone. I want him to sponsor us. All right. Or,
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Do you know what he'd be good for? You know what comes to mind? Chunky soup. I picture it. Don't you think Josh Allen, because Chunky Soup used to have some guys, some NFL players. Josh Allen's like kind of a meatball. You know, he plays in a cold weather state.
Yeah.
I think he should do soup commercials.
And get him on our show. We need it. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Should we go on to the next one?
That's what he's going to do when we ask him. He's going to do those hands when we ask him. He's going to be like, no.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for asking. Here's my vent you. Vent that.
All right, let's try the next one. Let's go on. Loretta, let's hear it.
There should be a law or some fine for people who park crooked. I was late for an appointment because some bozo parked half in one spot and half in his spot, so there was no room for me to park. I had to drive up floor after floor to find a parking space. I was 10 minutes late for my appointment. This is so inconsiderate. I would never do this. Why are people so selfish?
My contempt has no end for this situation.
It's like Larry David says, society cannot function like this.
Right. This venter must have read my mind, because this just happened to me. Literally, I was I never really go to malls, but I was in a mall, and the circular, you're going up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
And I was so lucky. I saw a space on the first time I got into the park. And then as the closer I got, I'm like, I can't get in because the guy next to me parked crooked and I couldn't fit my car. I ended up going like 5 floors because it was so packed, because it's the holidays and all that stuff. So I couldn't find a spot. That drives me crazy.
It's one of the hardest parts of life is accepting the stupidity of our neighbors. I'll just say it. I'd rather be the smartest guy in the room than the dumbest, but it is not easy. It is still so hard to deal with idiots, because there's 2 kinds of people here. There's the people who just don't know how to park, and they go over the white line into the next lane, and they didn't realize they're just terrible at what they do. And then there's the other people who went and got a new BMW, and they want to make sure nobody's going to scratch their car or their truck.
So rude.
And they diagonal part. It's very intentional.
Yeah.
And this is why I think we should maybe we should start it. Maybe it should be an extension of the Ventthis pod. We should have a shame board where you know what? You take a picture now you get someone's license plate. You can't write them a ticket. We're just regular people. We're not deputized as meter maids, but there should be some shame, accountability. And then people can put in, and if we had a decent basic algorithm, you put in by license plate, you key search, and you're like, oh, wow, this license plate pisses everybody off. Nobody likes this car, this white BMW, this, because really, it's not all about, can you get a ticket, or is there going to be a cop there to give this guy a ticket? It's the shame. You should have some accountability.
It's like in China,
socially.
like the social score.
Yes.
People should be able to score you based on how well you operate in society.
And if your social score drops down too far,
You can't leave your house.
We're all gonna, rotten vegetables will be coming your way. That's what we used to do. We throw you in the stocks and we hit you with old cabbage, and then everyone feels better. You're not hurt, but everyone got to look at your face. We all got a little off our chest. And I think in time, it may be time for a shame.
Shame.
Shame works. Shame works.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. Like growing up, they would put the checks in the grocery store on the wall. If you bounced your check.
Wow.
And everyone could see your name on that wall.
Yeah.
And Paul grew up in a small town. So if like he bounced a check, everyone knew.
Wow.
Chrissy, did you ever have that?
No,
have you ever lived
I've never seen that.
I'm from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and we had this local store called Pick and Pay. Pretty simply named because, you pick what you want and then you pay for it. Pretty straightforward, Pick and Pay. And that grocery store is where everybody went. In the front, as soon as you walk in, they had the courtesy counter. And on the back wall of the courtesy counter, right behind the people, like it wasn't far in the distance, right there. If you bounced a check, they would scotch tape your bounced check to the wall. So everyone in town could see that you're a deadbeat who tries to steal groceries from that store. But they were decent. As soon as you went in with enough cash to pay for what your check bounced, they would take it off the wall, and you had to no longer feel the scarlet letter of shame that is a bounced check. But until you did, everyone knew. Joe Smith's a deadbeat. You know what? I felt that way about him. I could see him being a check bouncer over some check cereal and some lettuce.
Well, what happens if you you needed to get food and you knew that check was going to bounce, but you had to have some food because, you're on tough times. I mean, that's a little humiliating for that person. You know what I mean?
Well,
I think the move there is just to be good at stealing. Like you just don't put your name on anything and you just stuff your bra with the lettuce and you put things in your pants.
Yes.
And you just get out of there without anyone knowing you stole.
You wear a fat suit.
Yes.
A fat suit that you can fill with the things you need. I think Chelsea's right on that.
You're flat chest and then you come out with double D's. I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, because I was going to go like the sweet route. I think there was a time, which this isn't that long ago, this when I was a kid, but I think if you went to that manager and you said, hey, look, this is who I am. Here's a check so you have my info. I don't have enough money for food. My kids are hungry. Just this one time, can I give you a post-dated check for $50? And if I don't come back, never serve me again, but I will. And I don't know, leave your ID or something and go back and pay them on payday. I bet they would have done it. I bet
that's so much more honest than what I said.
Or you could just spend your last $6 on a fat suit down at the Halloween store and be a Chelsea and just start. Remember the Jane's Addiction had a video of like someone going through a store, shoving food under their shirt. I just learned a lot about my partner in life. I just found out who you are.
She's a thief. I like it though.
I thought she's been pregnant for 9 months.
This is all stolen groceries under this shirt.
Is this Little Debbie's?
Yeah.
Because I kind of want some now. If that's what's going on.
That's awesome.
Don't
Wow.
be
It's one of those fake baby suits you wear on TV shows where they're not really pregnant. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's Chelsea.
You know what? But getting back to that crooked, we were talking about Crooked Park, and we so went off.
We were.
Gosh, we
Wow.
I'm just going to say, leave your space with grace. That's it. Get it?
Wow, I like the rhyme.
Leave your space with
I
grace.
like that.
All right, should we move on? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, just to confirm, as feisty as we all may get here, and we all want to do it. There's nothing to do in that moment. I know we all want to, do something to the car. We all want to do something. If you happen to have a notepad, then maybe you stick a little, poignant note under the windshield wiper. That's fine.
And
I've done it. Learn how to park. Hey, figure it out. Something wrong with you.
I've gotten a lot of those letters.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea's been the recipient of those letters.
That's
maybe hilarious. I left them for you.
You're guilty, Chelsea.
Yeah. I don't know if they always work, but they stop you in your tracks.
But maybe whatever you want to do, don't do it. But maybe take a selfie with a little, a little wave hand and your note under the windshield, and then send it to us.
All right. Should we go on to the third vent?
Moment of silence. Yeah.
Hit it, Loretta.
Why don't people have the courtesy to get the hell out of the way? I was just at my local gas station where this woman had just finished pumping her gas and then proceeded to sit in her car, put makeup on, and eat a bowl of what looked like a yogurt and fruit with granola topping. Move your effing car. There are other people in the world, if you haven't noticed. Too many people suck. From Fred from Anaheim.
Fred, right
Hey.
on, brother. I'm with you. That's annoying.
The worst. And I'm glad that Fred gave us a name and a locale. We want more people to do that. Fred from Anaheim, you have respect and support from Sherman Oaks. You've got it from wherever Chrissy is in Hollywoodland. You know what? Really, this vent tells me we're hitting our target market. Fred is exactly who this pod is for. Fred gets it. And whoever was in that car does not get it. And they need to. It's the worst. I have had things to do in my car. I've come back to my car with things to do, send a text, respond to an email. I have. But I know if I'm in a good parking spot where there are a lot of people looking for spots, and I have something to do in my car, I will, because I'm a decent guy, I'll get out of my spot and I'll pull up to like a yellow curb.
Yeah.
Where it's fine because I'm in the car. The car is running. No one's going to ticket me with me in it. I free up the spot. Because I think for the group. I think for the group, Chrissy. That's what I do. And I think that's what Fred's looking for.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Paul. I mean, the courtesy bar does not drop just because you're not in traffic. If you're in a gas station, dude, this is not a time to eat your breakfast. Do that at home. It's not the time to put your makeup on. Do that at home. Pump your gas, get the hell out of there. Or, there should be an alarm in your car, like you're idling too long. Or the gas station, attendant says, hey, move, something.
Yeah.
It's just really rude. I'm with Fred, man. Fred, you're invited to come on the show because we think you're 100% right. Right?
Fred is our people.
100%.
Fred is our people.
I think, maybe this is why. I always wondered why, in Jersey, they've always had paid employees who pump your gas. You're not allowed to pump your own gas in Jersey. And there's a little bit of a bump on the price, and it's to keep people employed. And I'm not sure I agree with the socialism overall, but because if I can have cheaper gas, I want to be able to have cheaper gas. I can pump it myself.
Yeah.
But one of the net benefits, it sounds like, is there's someone to go, hey, your gas is done. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Get lost. This is not the sit down and eat your cereal in your car lane. This is the beat feet. You got gas, burn some, drive it out of here. Go away.
Get lost.
We all need some New Englanders, some Northeast kind of New York, just some people. Hey, out of here.
Yeah. Move your damn car. I need to get some gas. It's just unbelievable. Like you would think you'd see somebody behind you waiting, that it would dawn on you. Holy shit, I gotta leave. I'm holding people up. I don't know. Maybe people are just moron. I don't know.
I always love when someone does something stupid, especially in traffic. I like to get a good look at them. I think I've said
you
this
mentioned that before.
And when I look at people who do things, because I can picture who this is, I can picture who's doing this. And what's really frustrating is that they're not even trying to be a jerk. They're just stupid. They're just aloof. It doesn't occur to them to think from a societal perspective. It doesn't occur to them to think that anyone else on the planet exists. They're not trying to say, oh, I'm feeling special by holding this up. There are certain people who will do that in LA, which really, like people who cross the street really slowly because they think it's like a catwalk runway, an audition. They want that attention. But most people, you can't even be mad at them for being jerks. You just have to accept, even if you knocked on their window and tried to explain, how ridiculous you're being right now. They would be jarred. They would be scared. They would be they would still do it tomorrow. you like to think if you just give someone a little gesture, they might be like, oh, I never realized this is a dumb thing to do. I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
That's not how people are. That's
But
not
what
how
about
people-
like a little toot toot? Can we like give them a little nudge?
Oh, yeah.
I think
No,
so.
I
Like,
think
hey,
it's,
can we switch spots?
yeah, I mean, I think people are afraid, at least from what I see, to toot toot or blow the horn because it's so easy to get people pissed off these days. I'm just so
is.
afraid somebody's going to get out of their car and, come scream at you or bang on my car. I just sort of silently sit
Hit
there.
you with a bat.
I think it depends. I mean, this person was eating a parfait, so I'd like to think they were in a good mood. Like I picture like a little pink strawberry parfait. They're having their morning breakfast. They're not really awake yet. A little toot toot, maybe roll down your window like, hey, like, can we switch spots? Can I take the gas
Yeah.
while you eat your breakfast? But if they're like, head to toe in tattoos
No.
and they're doing like, they're smoking with their windows up, I wouldn't bother them. I would just go to a different gas tank.
Yeah,
You smoke
back
with
up.
your windows up. That's a
You're
good
psycho.
social indicator.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
we don't mess with those people.
No.
This is someone who's listening to Taylor Swift and probably on the radio. I picture they listen to Taylor Swift on a radio with like a DJ. It's not even like a podcast. They're not even, maybe they're on Spotify, maybe. This
Downtown
person,
Julie Brown.
yeah. Like they're just in their own world entirely.
Yeah.
And there's no helping. There's no helping them. They probably have a license plate cover that's custom, with like some kind of a goofy little gesture on it. It's probably
Yeah.
pink, like, and it says like, if you don't like the way I drive, something. This person sucks so
Obnoxious.
badly. Yeah, they definitely have bumper stickers. Oh,
Should we go into our comments now?
let's get the comments.
These are scary,
we're
but
rocking
yeah.
and rolling. They're scary.
Well, sometimes they're kind of,
I love it when
nasty.
people rip on us. I love
Okay.
it. No, I'll say it because you know what? In marketing, it'd be a call to action. Do you know how hard it is to get a call to action? And sure, any press they say is good press. If someone takes the time to write to us and tell us how much they hate us, love is not hate is not the opposite of love. Apathy
I was just
is.
gonna say that.
Apathy.
True.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
You're right.
If you hate us, some people we've actually gotten hate comments that are so specifically detailed that we know they've listened to multiple episodes all
Yeah.
the way through to have collected those details.
Yeah.
There's nothing more flattering. If you want to cite 5 different episodes as to why I suck as a host, preach.
Yeah, me too. Lay it on us.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I,
all
I
right.
I think it's a compliment. It's like someone writing in their diary about you,
Yeah.
but they're going public with it.
You got to log into our
That's-
website, not
yeah,
log in, but you got to
that's-
go to our website. You have to be so mad that you got to like go across the room and open your laptop. Maybe you do it on your, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? You're
Yeah.
doing it.
But you guys promote honesty on the show.
Right.
You want people's opinions. So, I mean, I think you guys make everyone feel really comfortable with sharing their opinions, even about you.
well, because we're open-minded enough to
Yeah.
handle vents about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we make you want to vent about us, we're still, we're balanced and fair. We'll listen to what you hate about us.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the comment number 1. This is ridiculous. Can I call in my vent? People, how many times do we have to say we have a phone number? We put it on the website. Call us 818-570-2535. Yes, you can call an event. All right. Any
I
comments?
think we need to start singing our song, like our number. Remember before I said Empire, carpet, and no one really got what I was talking about. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it occurred to me the other day, I was talking with Charles, there is a song, 8675309. We all know that number. I think
All right.
we might have to start singing.
So
Little
go
jingle.
for it, Paul. Do us a song.
818-570-2535. Do it now.
No, maybe
I don't
just
think.
read
Okay,
it.
nobody's gonna
Where's
call
Loretta?
now.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna call and say stop singing. All right.
It's still a call. It's still a call.
yeah.
I'll take it.
All right, here's comment number 2. I think Paul is funny. What is his last name? Because I may have seen him. Also, this question may have been answered, but are Chris and Chuck married? Okay, we have had that. Let me just answer that. We're not married.
Like to one another.
Wait, can I answer that? Because I just, I
Yeah.
do want to clarify for everybody. Chuck and Chrissy are brother and sister, and they're married.
Ooh.
I just want to let everyone know. Yes, the answer is
The
yes.
plot has
They are
thickened.
married and they are brother and sister because people have wondered both. So it's
Paul is a sick human being. Okay. Comment number 3.
Oh, wait, what's your
Real-
last name?
oh yeah, my
What?
last name is Roseberry.
Oh, yeah.
ROSEBERRY. Can I make a terrible song?
There's no
And-
N
Yeah,
in his
Gary's
name.
getting into it. Sound engineer Gary's jamming.
Well, Gary's hard of
Chrissy's
hearing.
pissed. Chrissy's
Um,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, here's comment number 3. Really fun podcast. I read there are Emmy Award winners as hosts. That is really awesome. They must be kind of famous. No. Which one of them won
I
an
think
Emmy?
so.
Okay. Thank you for the compliment. We're not famous.
You're
And-
famous.
You're pretty famous.
Pretty
No,
famous. Kind of a
not-
big deal, Chris.
No. And
That's what a
And
famous
I-
person would say, by the way. That's a humble, famous person.
Oh, come
That's
on.
Nice. That's
and
good.
Chuck and I have both won Emmys for being on General Hospital, and that's all I will say. and-
Well,
and
I
I'm-
do like it. If you're willing to mention, when I asked you guys about the Emmys, you gave a specific pair of numbers. Can we have those numbers? Because I love the
Well,
way you did it, Chrissy.
I didn't hear
Why?
these numbers.
Why, Paul?
How-
Why?
How many Emmys do you have, Chris?
16.
Oh my gosh.
16 Emmys.
16 Emmys?
How many
Yes.
does Chuck have?
Chuck either has 3 or 4. He's got a few too.
Right.
And
16.
Right.
Okay.
But to be
Yeah.
clear, because that's
Yeah.
how it was told to me. I think it was like my first episode. We hadn't recorded yet. And you're like, yeah, I have 16. Chuck has 3. And I was like, oh, wow. I love it. I love it.
All right, should we wrap this one up?
Chuck has 4 more Emmys than I do, to be clear. Yeah.
All right. So everybody go to our website, ventthis.org. Call us. Hello, call us 818-570-2535. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to us. We love that. Look at our Instagram. We're on TikTok. Man, we're famous. Come on, let's do this.
Hey, and you know what? Can I add? Because I'm not letting go of this. It's a hard number to remember. It's a hard number to remember. If our listeners want to sing that number into a jingle, hey, the bar has been set low. You heard what I just sang. It was atrocious. It shouldn't even be on the air. It may get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if our listeners want to sing in, if they want to make a little jingle jangle, they don't even have to have equipment, just sing it. Or if they have, a little keyboard, they want to
their
make a
jazz
song,
hands.
whatever.
Nice.
I would love
Okay.
to hear what our people could come up with to make that song more memorable.
Great. That's great.
That's an
I
open
love that
invite.
idea. All right.
Okay.
That's a great idea. Thank you, Paul. That's excellent. All right.
I'm
Well,
full of
that's
them.
it for. Yeah, you're full of. Did you say you're full of it?
Oh, Chrissy, I'm glad you didn't miss that. That's why we get along great. I put it on a tee and you swung at it and you hit it out of the park. I love
I'm
it.
here all week.
Wow.
All right. Well, that
Try to
wraps
be-
it up, right? We're good.
Well, we finished. I don't know if we're good, but we did it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.